Hello everyone, welcome to the CineMilled Garage, and today we are here with our full line of vehicle rigging products, getting ready to rig the CineMilled race car in preparation for our shoot at the racetrack. And what we're going to be talking about right now is the second in our suction cup lineup, which is the 4.5-inch round suction cup. So let's get into our 4.5-inch round CineMilled rigging suction cup. So, you know, as with all of our suction cups, the basis of it is a Woods Power Grip suction cup base, which is made in the USA. They're kind of the original company. They do all the huge lifting devices for big skyscrapers and everything. So it is the best in the industry, and we're very proud to be using their product as the base for our products. And so it comes with a protective hard shell cap, which you should always use. That's why we include it, because you want to protect the suction cup base as much as possible, because this is what's holding all your gear on. So don't store it without the cap. Don't let it get scratched up, because eventually you can damage it. It can get damaged. And you can buy just the suction cup base from us, so we do sell replacements, but you should do your best to take care of it. So we do include the hard shell protective cap. And so it comes with the plunger system, which is the little air pump that sucks the air out, that actually it makes this attached to whatever you're trying to attach it to. So what makes our suction cups special are our specially designed upper cheese plates, which are the mounting surface for everything you're going to be doing with your suction cup. So you see here we have our risers that have a hex top, so you can put a wrench on them and make sure they're tight if you ever need to disassemble or replace the suction cup base. So it also has a sort of securing device for the pump. But the cool thing about our riser system here is that it actually raises up it creates a gap here where you can actually put a bolt or you can put a wrench in. So a lot of other systems in the market, they don't have a gap here, or they don't even have a cheese plate at all, which is very common. All they have is a single baby pin sticking out of the top of their suction cup. So while that can work for a lot of situations, we figured we'd add a cheese plate top so that you could make this extremely versatile and a lot more usable, and it's just a lot smarter the way we did it. So one of the things is, yes, we use these risers which raise it up, which means you can get a wrench underneath on the head of a bolt or something. And also, if you need to put in a bolt from the bottom, you can get it thread in here without having to disassemble it. So another really special feature of our cheese plate here is the fact that we have these strap slots on each side. So this can serve a couple of purposes. If you don't know what these are gear straps for climbing. We sometimes call these grip loops. And what you can do is you can slide these in there. And let's do that right now. See, so you just slide them through, and then you loop through them like this. And you see here, you can now take a ratchet strap and then secure this to another part of the vehicle to safety it. Or you can actually take the ratchet strap and pass it right through and just use the strap from the ratchet strap as the securing device. You don't have to use the gear loops. So that's one really cool feature of our cheese plate top. The other is, of course, we have a bunch of mounting holes. We have both through holes and threaded holes. So we have both of them. So you can put a bolt through it or you can thread into it, right? So this is very important. Most of these holes are the grip standard that is 1 inch on center, so that the holes are 1 inch apart from each other, center to center. And so that lines up with a lot of other things. The other really cool feature of our top cheese plate is our modular Speedrail starter system. What we do is we made these starters, these pipe starters, as you can see right here, and they have a pattern on the bottom with bolts, and they bolt to the cheese plate like this. And so by doing that, here's one with a piece of Speedrail already into it. You have a piece of Speedrail coming off of your suction cup. So the option to doing this is using a grenade starter. So commonly called a grenade, or just a starter, which is just a piece of aluminum extrusion that is threaded, and you can put a bolt through it. CineMilled will be selling these grenades in different sizes and lengths and flavors. We're even going to sell them with built-in thread, so you can just thread them right onto here, so you don't have to put a bolt through the back. So you can do this. The advantage of using our modular Speedrail starter system is there's a few of them. So we make them in both 1.5 inch and 1.25 inch Speedrail size. So of course you can change your Speedrail size. You know, if you have a grenade, you're stuck with whatever size grenade that is. The most important thing is you can cut your Speedrail to any size length you want coming off of it. So with the grenade, you're usually stuck with 5 or 6 inches of starter, which may or may not work for your application. So the nice thing about our modular Speedrail starter system is that you can put any length Speedrail you want on here. So that's one of the things you can do with the top upper cheese plate. The other thing you can do is we make a Houdini clamp, as we call it. Half of a Houdini clamp actually has a cheese mounting pattern on the back, as you can see here. And so what you can do is you can mount the Houdini clamp straight to the top of the cheese plate, and then that way you can have horizontal Speedrail tube mounted right to your suction cup. And so again, this is way superior to just having a suction cup with a baby pin on top and then you having to use a gobo head or whatever. You can go Speedrail straight to the suction cup. And so you can use our Houdini clamps. They come apart. You can use the female side, which has a cheese. You can buy just these halves as you see here, so you can use them for this purpose. Or, you know, once you have the modular Speedrail starter, you can use the 360, the swiveling Houdini, so that you can dial in whatever position Speedrail you want on there. Or the Houdini clamps, as you know, they have the steel pins which lock in specific angles with no play. So you can mount all of that stuff to here. Again, the 4.5 inch suction cup with our new upcoming monitor arms. And we have that rigged into the top of the cheese plate here, and we're going to use the other end to rig onto a camera and stuff like that. So the other thing, there's a couple of secret things, kind of hidden features of this upper cheese plate top. So as you can see here, you can undo these bolts, and then this hex top cheese plate comes off. Now, once it's off, what you can do is you can mount it to our Mitchell threaded collar and castle nut. All right, so all you got to do is unscrew the screws, and the base comes off, and then all you're left with is the upper cheese plate. So there's a couple cool things you can do with this. So the number one cool thing is if you have a Mitchell mount, you can then take a Mitchell threaded collar and calcium nut that CineMilled makes. It then bolts to the upper cheese plate, and look at this. You have a Mitchell mountable cheese plate. Now, what would you put on this cheese plate? You could put the modular Speedrail starter right there, and because it's not a grenade, you can put a 6-foot section of pipe on here and put this on a dolly. And so this can transform into a way to mount your black arm or your suspension arm or your CineMilled arm onto a dolly, because you would take this, you would take it away from your suction cup, take the cheese plate top, put a Mitchell threaded collar and castle nut on it, which then allows you to secure it to a Mitchell base. And then if you have the modular speed rail starter on there, you can put a 6-foot section of speed rail and then mount your arm off of it. So that is one of the sort of unexpected uses of our upper cheese plate. So we like to make all of these, you know, as much as we like to make it so that you can do as much things as you can out of one of our purchases. So we try to build in a lot of features so you get a lot for your money, and you can, you know, if you're not using it as a suction cup, you can use it as a Mitchell base. And if you're not using it as a Mitchell base, there is one more thing you can do with this. Then if you buy our conversion kit, you can use this as a speed rail starter for your pickup truck. So what you end up with is the 6-inch suction cup hex plate, which is also used on the 4.5-inch, with our modular speed rail starter mounted to the top of it. And then you get the hardware kit, the pickup truck hardware kit, and just like with the other one, you're gonna line that up and you're gonna turn it sideways. You're gonna drop it in. As you can see here, it's very strong. So, you know, and you just take your speed rail and drop it in there. And now you have just transformed your CineMilled suction cup, either the 4-inch or the 6-inch, into a pickup truck speed rail starter. So we have a pickup truck bed speed rail starter as a product that you'll see in another video. If you go to our website and you click on the vehicle rigging section, you will see that. We have different models that'll fit different pickup trucks. And that's a complete little kit. But if you don't want to buy the whole kit and you already have a suction cup, either the 6-inch or the 4.5-inch, like I have here in my hand, remember they're the same cheese plate top. So all you need to do is buy the pickup truck bed starter conversion kit that is compatible with your truck, and you can then use this top to start a piece of speed rail off the bed of your pickup truck. So incredibly, your either 4.5 or 6-inch suction cup, which shares this cheese plate top, can become a Mitchell base speed rail starter, or it can become a speed rail starter for your pickup truck. So it's essentially 3 uses in one, which, you know, it's always my goal, like I said, to try to get as much use out of every product we make for you. And actually, the way we're making this modular and with various different mounting holes for different products, I am still trying to come up with ways we can use this and the 10-inch suction cup top for different uses. So keep that in mind. We're always working on new stuff, and we might use this for other things as well. So anyways, that gives you a good overview of our suction cup, our 4.5-inch suction cup. And, you know, I'm going to put this back together because we're getting ready to rig the race car here. And so we need to pick a third point on the car to sort of, so we can triangulate 1, 2, 3, the camera. And so because I'd want to go as far forward as I can before being in frame with the camera, I know that the frame line's right about here. So this is a good point to make an attachment point. Now, if I just take the rigging rod and I go up to there, obviously I need something right there. And so that something is going to be our 4.5-inch round suction cup. And so, because we have a small area right there, so I'm going to, once again, I'm going to orient the plunger up, and I'm going to push that down until the red line disappears. And I'm always giving them a couple pumps to make sure they're nice and tight. And so now we just gave ourselves another cheese plate area to rig and brace the camera for, so that we can triangulate 1, 2, 3, right? All right, so now we have just triangulated our camera, and we got this cool raking shot. So this made the rig much stiffer. And if they are happy with this, if they like this setup, then the last thing I'll do is I'll run my safety straps on, you know, at least the main rigging points I hope you enjoyed that detailed look and got a much better insight in all the different ways you can use our vehicle rigging products. You know, they all have lots of different ways they interact with each other, and different, you know, we try to make them smart and a little bit smarter than all the other things out there. As you can see here, we're fully rigged up and ready to go shoot on the racetrack. You know, part of the reason why I look to come up with better versions of things I'm using is because I'm out there shooting, and I cannot wait to get this car out there on the racetrack, get our action arm mounted up on the CineMilled truck, and go chase this down and get some cool footage. And you know, as you can see here, we use the 6-inch suction cup, the 4.5, the 10-inch, you know, both of the Houdini Speedrail clamps, and you know, and we're even working on a lot of other things to completely cover all the bases when it comes to rigging cameras on a vehicle, rigging gimbals onto vehicles, and you know, you name it. We got the isolation mount coming out, we got the action arm, you know, so it's not just vehicle rigging. We got a couple of really cool mounts on the way as well. So, you know, if you want to see more, of course, follow or like, comment, subscribe, click on the little bell icon to get notified when we have new videos coming up on our YouTube channel. You know, absolutely check us out and like us on Facebook. There's a couple of groups that we participate in and we administer on Facebook. One of them is the Vehicle Rigging and Camera Car group, and it's a very big group, lots of grips in there. And if you buy some of our products and you start to do your own rig on your vehicle or on your client's vehicle, you know, take pictures, post on there, share. People give you tips like, oh, you should probably run that extra tube, you should brace it like this, you did a good job, all that sort of stuff. You can search through and see all the different rigs other people are doing. So that Facebook group is really great. And, you know, of course, we got the CineMilled user group. So if you have specific questions about our products, you know, everybody on there are CineMilled customers and they can help you out. They've probably encountered the same problem or challenge that you're facing. But yeah, so I'm really excited to get this thing going, and I hope you are too. I hope you're getting ready to, you know, fill your shopping cart full of these clamps and all of our suction cups, because as you can see, it takes multiple. You know, you need a couple of each at least, and you know, when it comes to the Speedrail clamps, you need quite a few. But you know, you're gonna buy this once in your career, and you're gonna be, you know, this stuff doesn't wear out. So you're gonna be using these for the next 20, 30 years until you don't wanna see cameras in front of you anymore. So, all right guys, thanks for watching this video and for following us, and I'll see you on set.